up another group call, and we're starting the recording now. So welcome. This is Dr. Alison Kay. We're here for our monthly free vibrational upgrade call, and I'm glad to see all of you here. And I know there's some newbies here. So you can go ahead. The way this is going to proceed is we'll do both submissions. If you're on the webcast, you can see on the website on the bottom left, there's a gray box. It might be gray for you, may not be, but there's a box on the bottom left, and you can submit a question there. And then you can also, if you're on the phone, as I've seen one of you has already so brilliantly done, you can raise your hand by pressing *2. Okay, so I want to welcome you all, and this is a beautiful time to be together. We'll be doing some one-on-one spotlight coaching. So again, *2 is how you raise your hand if you're on the phone and you'd like some spotlight coaching where I can do some clearings and activations and just some intuitive read on your system, as well as give you your vibrational upgrade through the chakras. When you speak up, you all, if you wouldn't mind, please just keeping it short and brief to like 1 or 3 sentences, no long storylines. We honor the movement and the expansion here, not the storylines anymore. That actually brings me into something that I want to help you all with. From my understanding, when I asked how to contribute to the people on the call tonight, one of the key aspects brought through was honoring of the negative and the honoring of the contraction of the societies that we live in right now globally, and how this new paradigm, and anybody attracted to my work or this call is aware that there's something new and much bigger coming in. And so I'm going to start with this clearing. It's using access consciousness as clearing. Anywhere and everywhere where you are so totally plugged into the negative that you're making it all about you and making your life negative, are you willing to destroy and uncreate and return to sender with consciousness attached? And here you would say yes. Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pock, pot, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyond. So we're in a time that the possibilities are absolutely unlimited. It's much more even than at 2012. I know from January 1st to January 11th, we were showered upon with these really high vibration golden frequencies that were even higher than what came in 2012, because now we're more capable of harnessing such a high vibration blast. And what I'm seeing in my own field and in all of the people I'm working with is this opening for more possibility. It's not just the New Year's. Tomorrow is a new moon and the Chinese New Year, which is the Chinese New Year is always, as you guys, many of you know, I lived in Asia for 10 years amongst, for the most part, the traditional Taiwanese Chinese, studying Qigong. I have my yoga training in India. I was not just studying Qigong, I was also studying subtle energies. I went over there as an energy medicine practitioner asking, how can I meditate, or how can I get better effects for my clients? And so I studied subtle energy. So I've been doing energy medicine for, I think, 25 years. No, 22 years. I've been meditating for 26 and teaching it for 25. So I'm also a personal trainer and specialty certification in fitness nutrition and longevity nutrition, Ayurvedic herbalism, Chinese tonic, Taoist herbalism, all geared towards longevity and vitality and well-being in the body. So this is not about suffering. This is about how do we come out of our suffering anywhere where we're not acknowledging we're creating our lives. And that's what the clearings and activations are dedicated to tonight, so that understanding that this is a vibrational upgrade overall humanity is going through right now. It's our spiritual awakening, and all of you are awakening. That's why you're on this call. And as you awaken, other stuff gets nudged out of the crevices and the corners, and that's the yucky stuff. So you might be here asking for help to get through the yucky stuff so you can continue to expand. That's cool. That's what we're here for. Your unconsciousness and your subconscious is that both of those are buried with blocks and beliefs where you're limiting yourself that have been inherited from either your parents or society or past lives. We can clear those and free up that consciousness so you have it at your disposal to actually wield more energy to more easily manifest what it is you desire in your life. Now is the time where it seems like expansion is happening more easily, and there are more possibilities, and the bigger that we can grow our fields and the bigger that we can allow ourselves to open up, to ask for more, and to come out of even the mind thinking it knows about what is possible, and in our requests and commands of what we want to create, that we don't even limit it, and we always defer to the universe and our higher self, knowing, being able to see more than our minds can see or construe as possible and available right now is another key suggestion. And it's another thing that you're getting and trained to as you listen to this transmission right now in my vibration and the programming that's happening to your consciousness, even though you're may just be sitting there feeling like I'm just listening to this woman talk to me. It may even seem like talk at me, but what's happening is I'm making major commands right now that's activating the part of you that already knows this to stop being buried as your unconscious knowing and bring it forward to your conscious knowing. So that's the nature of the gig we're doing here. I welcome you all. I'm really grateful that you said a bigger yes for yourself in your life and living. So let's get started. Okay, so again, *2 is the way that you raise your hand if you're on the phone. I know that somebody has sent in a request to work on issues of worthiness. And so let's get started with that. The issue of worthiness really is an honoring of the old storyline. So the very first thing I want to do when talking about worthiness is it even true? Or is it just a habituated storyline that you're used to telling yourself? Yeah. Because there is such a bowing down to the honoring of the negative that maybe this worthiness issue that you're saying that you have is just you continuing to be habituated and in your old storyline. So one of the aspects of self-love that I talk about, this is another piece of it, is not about confidence. It's not about esteem. It's a whole different and new level of self-love, which is how much are you willing to allow yourself to have what you desire? How much are you willing to allow yourself to receive what you desire? Yeah. So I'm going to take a moment to get up into theta here. Theta healing is one of the modalities. My form of theta healing is based on Vienna Stibel's training as an advanced practitioner. I went through basic and advanced practitioner training of theta healing, but we're trained to do it silently. I do it out loud because of my background as a meditation teacher and a meditator myself. The cognitive or the ego mind seems to like to hear what's getting cleared. It also helps you get quicker and more robust results because your mind knows what to look for. So please don't be driving if you are right now. Please be in a comfortable position so that your head can fall back if need be, because if I hit a block or when I hit your biggest chunk of block, I've seen people's heads nod back and you knock out and you go to sleep. That's the way that the conscious mind gets out of the way. It's very graceful to allow the subconscious to receive this clearing. So you're going to space out. You're probably going to follow me up into theta. So please make sure that you're in a position in doing nothing that requires your conscious attention. And give me just a moment, please. I'm going to get on up into theta. Creator, it is commanded, please, you pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at their past life history level. I'm unworthy, yes. Replacing it with I am worthy, yes. Show me. Creator, it is commanded, you clear any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma. All imprints, cut the cords of conditioning from the trance of the masses around being unworthy. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the Creator's perspective, definition, and understanding of worthiness as a child of this universe in a human body on planet Earth right now, their highest and best with grace and ease. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the feeling of being worthy. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the knowing how to go about each of their day-to-day lives. Worthy? Show me. Creator, it is commanded we probably believe that all the lessons resolving it at their past life history level are not enough. Yes. Replacing it with I'm not enough. No. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you probably believe that all the levels resolving it at their past life history level are not enough. Yes. Replacing it with I am enough. Yes. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you clear any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma, imprints, cut all cords of conditioning from the trance of the masses around not being enough, just as they are. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you fully believe that all the levels resolving it at their past life history level. I'm not good enough. Yes. Replacing it with I am good enough. Yes. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the Creator's perspective, definition, and understanding of being good enough and of being enough, just as they are, as a child of this universe in a human body on planet Earth right now, their highest and best with grace and ease. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the feeling of being good enough and of being enough. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the knowing how to go about each of their day-to-day lives being good enough and being enough. Their highest and best with grace and ease. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you clear any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma, imprints, cut all cords of conditioning from the trance of the masses around feeling anxious or worried. Show me. Creator, it is commanded. You pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at the past life history level. I'm worried. Yes. Replacing it with I'm worried. No. Show me. Creator, it is commanded. You pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at their past life history level. There's so much to worry about. Yeah. Replacing it with there's so much to worry about. No. Show me. Creator, it is commanded. You pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at their past life history level. There's so much to be afraid of. Yes. Replacing it with there's so much to be afraid of. No. Show me. Creator, it is commanded. You pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at their past life history level. My body doesn't support me, right? Yes. Replacing it with my body supports me just as I need it to. Yes. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you clear any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma. Imprint, cut all cords of conditioning from the trance of the masses around feeling as if their body is somehow not supporting them or failing them. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at their past life history level. I don't understand my body's messages. Yes. Replacing it with I understand my body's messages. Yes. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the Creator's perspective, definition, and understanding of how their bodies are supporting them, of understanding what their bodies are saying, of being relaxed. As a child of this universe and a human body on planet Earth right now, with their highest and best with grace and ease. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the feeling of their bodies supporting them, of understanding their body's messages, and of being relaxed. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the knowing how to go about each of their day-to-day lives with their bodies supporting them, understanding their body's messages, and relax. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at their past life history level. I can't seem to relax. Yes. Replacing it with I can't seem to relax. No. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at their past life history level. I can't seem to relax. Yes. Replacing it with I can seem to relax. Yes. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you clear any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma and imprints and cut all cords of conditioning from the trance of the masses while not being able to relax. Sure. Creator, it is commanded you download the Creator's perspective, definition, and understanding of being able to relax as a child of this universe in a human body on planet Earth right now. Their highest and best with grace and ease. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the feeling of being able to relax and of relaxing. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the knowing how to go about each of their day-to-day lives, being able to relax and relax. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you pull the belief at all the levels, resolving it at their past life history level. I don't have enough money. Yeah? Replacing it with I have more than enough money. Yes. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you clear any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma, imprints, cut all cords of connection from the trance of the masses around lack and not having enough and not having enough money. Show me. Creator, it is commanded to download the Creator's perspective, definition, and understanding of having more than enough money and of abundance. Their highest and best with grace and ease. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the feeling of having more than enough money and of abundance. Show me. Creator, it is commanded you download the knowing how to go about each of their day-to-day lives with more than enough money and with abundance. Their highest and best with grace and ease. Show me. Okay, I want to suggest that you slowly pull yourselves out of where you are if you want to. I'm going to start to go into bringing on a caller. That was a list of clearings that were requested on the webcast questions. So they ranged in order to address the submissions on the website, the webcast. So I'm going to call on someone here calling from Clearwater, Florida. And, oh, wait. Hi, I think I've called on somebody who has themselves listed as anonymous. Hello? Do you have your hand raised?
Hello, hello?
Person. Hi, it's you.
It's me?
It's
oh,
you.
My gosh.
How lucky are you? Look at your manifesting abilities.
Wow. And I thought I was in the worst mess possible.
What's your name?
Karen.
Hi, Karen. In just a couple of sentences, what is it I can do for you? You could have anything.
Yes, okay. Well, I would like to move. It was in the back of my mind for the future, if it was ever possible to manifest it. I also have to get the apartment in order and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I'm suddenly under pressure, I feel, from a conspiracy with my neighbors. They would like to have me out because this is a co-op building, and I know they want, more co-op owners. They claim there are strange smells coming from the apartment. I've been burning sage and incense because I don't like the smells coming in from the hallway when they burn me.
Karen, hold on 1 second. Are you the one did you submit this on the webcast?
Yeah.
In the box? Okay, so I read yours. So what we're asking for to shift then is you want some intervention to help you with shifting the energy and consciousness around this with your neighbors.
Yes.
Right?
That would be good.
That's the first request?
Yes.
Okay, so let me do some cord cutting with them and with the situation, because there seems to be quite a lot of entanglement with you all. The first thing that's coming through is that you want to stop talking as much as possible, either about them or to the landlord, because that's feeding the fire, and it will help you disentangle from them. You're somewhat, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say I don't talk to them. I try to avoid them, and I really don't go after the landlord. I had to speak with the landlord's representative the other day because they sent me a letter. I responded to it. But I don't seek them out, and I want to avoid these people. They're very intrusive.
Okay.
They bang on the door at any hours accusing me of burning things. They woke me up last week. I was homesick.
All right, hold on, Karen. This isn't the appropriate place to go into a story, but let me help you shift out of that energy. So where is it that you're not allowing, this is going to sound crazy to you possibly, but let me first continue to clear your field of this conflict, because there's you're caught up in it, and it has you kind of spinning your wheels. Like, does it seem like no matter what you do, it doesn't get better?
Yes. Well, I've been doing a lot of work myself before this to clear things, and I don't know if I've made progress. I feel like I'm going around in circles with some issues.
Yeah, so there's some kind of lockup in your consciousness when, do you feel like you don't have any other choice? Like you have to live there?
Yeah, I have felt that.
Okay, so I'm going to do some clearing using the access style from Access Consciousness. So anywhere and everywhere where you have ever, and this is for everybody who believes in their lives on any level that they don't have choice. So anywhere and everywhere where you have ever aligned and agreed with that you have no choice, or even resisted and reacted to not having any choice. In this or in any situation, are you willing to destroy and uncreate that and return it to sender with consciousness attached?
Yes.
Cool. Times a Godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyond. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to know and embody you always have choice? Anything and everything that doesn't allow for that now, to shift now, are you willing to destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Good. That was really good. Times a Godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And whoever you're modeling that you're supposed to live in some kind of limited or restricted way, or in an environment where there's conflict, are you ready now to destroy and uncreate all of that and be done with that version of you in life?
Absolutely, yes.
Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. Yeah, so one of the things that when I asked and did the work ahead of time in creating the field of consciousness that would call the right people in who would get upliftment and help from this call, and asking what can I do or be to contribute to the listeners, one of the clear pieces of guidance I got was one of the things I said at the very beginning of the call about how much we're geared towards the negative and the reinforcements if we're watching TV or if we're reading the news or if we're even overhearing people talk. It's the focus on the negativity and the feeling like, wow, there seemed to be a release during this weekend of a lot of discouragement or lack of hope, like doubt is the word I heard. And so it's an inherited belief. It's not yours. It's become yours because it feels so much like you. It feels similar. But we're meant to live right now, especially in this golden age where you guys are the front runners of bringing in a new paradigm. And it also is harder for your sensitive being, Karen, and anybody on this call, and including myself, you loving, kind, compassionate beings who are helpful, who are kind, who are compassionate, to feel conflict, and never mind to live in conflict. So anywhere and everywhere where any part of you is plugged into conflict, are you willing to destroy and uncreate that? Karen?
Yes, I'm sorry. I did say yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Okay, so anywhere and everywhere where you are plugged into conflict and that being the way of life, we're destroying and uncreating and returning to sender with consciousness and light attached. Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So it's really good. It's shifting a whole lot of energy. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to allow yourself to live in peace? Anything and everything that doesn't allow for that, are you willing to destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What would it take for you to begin to choose when we're off the call, choice by choice, cumulatively, increasingly, more and more freedom and peace for yourself in your life and living? Anything and everything that doesn't allow for you to choose that, are you willing to destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Times a good, times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what would it take for you to have the awareness as you move forward of your mind, your ego mind, your small self, whenever it starts to buy into the conflict? Anything and everything that doesn't allow for that and for you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, are you willing to destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to allow for more peace and ease and joy and well-being, and to plug into that while unplugging from the circuits of diminishment and destruction? Anything and everything that doesn't allow for that now, are you willing to destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What would it take for you to allow yourself increasingly to focus on creation while increasingly unplugging from destruction in any and all forms? Anything and everything that doesn't allow for that. With increasing kindness to your being, are you willing to destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Cool. That was it. Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to be kind to yourself from this day forward at ever-increasing levels, beyond which anything you could ever have imagined or planned was even possible when it comes to being kind to yourself, so that you don't even recognize yourself in a year from now with how kind your being to yourself with all of your choices in your life. Anything and everything that doesn't allow for that kindness to emerge now towards you and your magical being, are you willing to destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine, shorts, boys and bands. Okay, so you're going to want to come back and listen to this because that last one you're going to need to listen to a bit more. All of them, but especially that last one, because I heard your confusion a little bit, which means that, and I'm not saying you're confused, but I could hear the way consciousness reacts when I've hit a block. And the biggest block was that last one. So just come back and listen and re-listen. Every day, you could loop just this part. You could cut out this part of the call and loop it and repeat it until it's moved. That you have the clearings, you have my read on your system enough to get you started to continue the shift that's just been begun. Is that even, I don't think that's even appropriate grammar. And I used to be an English lit teacher and a writing teacher. Okay, thank you, Karen. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next caller, but much love to you.
Thank you. Can I ask you how many times you think I might need to listen to it or just play it by ear?
The latter. Just, and you could continue to listen to it ad infinitum, because we can always handle and bring in new levels of ways to be kind to ourselves. I mean, I still do that clearing on myself, how to honor my magical being, so I can bring in new ways to do that. So you can just keep listening.
Cool.
Once you get beyond the negative, once you get beyond the clearing out of the habituated contraction and negativity, now we're talking about building the positive. So you can continue to use it because you hit a threshold where, okay, the negativity's been done with, and now how do I build on this positivity of increasing kindness to myself? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I think
cool.
So. Part of the process, building
it
more
is, and it's a process. And please don't expect just, them to all of a sudden move out tomorrow just because you've had 6 clearings on this free call tonight. Just keep listening to these clearings, and it will expand your awareness. The clearings that are in here are activating your observer to be more mindful of your thinking, and when your thinking goes into conflict or worry or negativity, and to help realign you back to the positivity and the kindness to yourself. So there are clearings put in there to help you move forward. So just continue to understand and trust and know that you're in a process, and let your mind see the small changes that show up, whether it seems like I want to say it just be in your thinking, which is the biggest place for it to show up, because then you have new choices. But then the thinking changes lead to the new choices, and then the choices lead to a new life. So it is a process. It's step by step. Allow yourself to honor the process and see the process so that you're encouraged, instead of, man, when you have shifts in your thinking, but then the outside situation doesn't shift as quickly as we would like, which is frequent. You know what I mean?
Yes. I've noticed that.
Yeah. The bigger the ask, or the bigger the distance from where you are now to where you want to be, the more clearing we have to do on ourselves, and the more the universe has to get into alignment or line up for us. So expecting, if we've grown up poor and we've lived our whole lives poor, or at the poverty level, and then we're expecting to win the lottery, there's a lot of distance between A and Z. So there's a lot that has to be cleared and lined up and put in place in our consciousness to be able to magnetize to us something so divergent from the tone that we were used to living in, of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions combining as that vibrational tone we emit out. So it's a process. In the mind, the ego mind's training, especially in a consumer-driven society, is to expect the results now. So please don't get discouraged if next week the conflict gets worse before it gets better, because that's frequently how it goes.
Oh.
I'm not saying that's how it's going to go for you, but don't get discouraged if you're not seeing anything but just sheer progress made as soon as you hang up the phone. That in order to reassemble into a new energy, the old energetics, and therefore the situations created from the old energetics, have to destruct. And that's what's happening globally. with all of our institutions, including our politics.
Right.
So one of the other big messages I got, and thank you, Karen, for being a vehicle for me to deliver this, is not to get caught up in the destruction that is going on all around us as the old paradigm based on ego alignment dissolves into the new paradigm based on heart alignment or Christ consciousness alignment or alignment with the higher self or with divinity, however you want to construe it. So just keep moving forward and plugging right back into the construction where you're building your life by choices and unplugging from the destruction and those who don't know enough and are getting caught up in the destruction, like your neighbors.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Okay.
Karen, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Okay, we have somebody from Babylon, New York. Hello, Babylon, New York.
Hi.
Hi. Who's this?
This is Judy.
Hi, Judy. I think I've worked with you before.
Yes, many times.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, now I recognize the voice. How's it going?
It's okay. I really love what you just did. I'm like pretty loopy right now from it.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yes. Okay. Symptom is losing my hair. What I think the core is months ago, two very, very important people in my life lied and betrayed me. So as a result, I have a loss of trust. And I also have a loss of confidence in my ability to see through a lie, which I know that I wasn't, my intuition was telling me I was being lied to, but I didn't listen. So I feel like a mess right now because of it.
Why do you feel like a mess?
I feel stupid. Like, I feel like...
You're not stupid. You just said intuitively, I knew they were lying to me. How is that stupidity? You just didn't choose to listen to it.
Yeah.
There's no stupidity there.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And furthermore, Miss Judy, I believe that you're framing this entirely inaccurately. What if you're not bad or wrong or stupid, or even, I'm going to acknowledge the hurt. I don't want to say what if you're not even hurt, but what if from a bigger perspective, this was karmic? The stuff that's getting cleared in our own systems and in our relationships and in our institutions is so huge right now. I could go into stories that very briefly, 5 years ago when I got back to the States after the 10 years in Asia, I had no idea I'd be clearing out past life traumas with deaths around the neck and throat of mostly metaphysical and spiritual people. 4 years ago, I had no idea I'd be clearing lineages with blocks around money. There has been other colleagues of mine who came on the scene around 2012. They're no longer on the scene doing clearings just for lineage. Some of you may even be familiar with some of them I'm talking about. So we're clearing lineages, we're clearing karma, we're clearing lifetimes of trauma. This is that time on the planet right now. So who's to say what just went down wasn't you actually getting free of something karmically? And it's to be celebrated. There is a level of trusting. This is going to sound crazy, but trusting no matter what happens, that your higher self has your back. And furthermore, Judy, what if not listening to your intuition was also karmic clearing? Because it was, one, it was helping you to listen to your intuition more in the future, sure. But two, it was the hypnosis that you found yourself under that didn't allow you to listen to your intuition was actually also karmic. Do you know what I mean?
I definitely know what you mean. I am someone who believes that everything happens for a reason and it's for you, not against you, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, I've been having such a hard time with this until you just said that.
Yeah, it's because, and when we have exactly what you just described, it's karmic. When our feelings and reactions, I don't mean if we're walking around totally reactive, you know that, and anybody who's listening to this who would find me probably understands what I'm saying. I don't mean if you just walk around with a temper tantrum perennially, but I mean when we are snagged in something, like you're hearing Judy talk about, typically what I have learned is it's karmic. And it doesn't make sense, and we can't make sense out of it. It's karmic.
Right.
So I already feel the expansion and the release in you, in the knowing. You're back in alignment, aren't you?
Yes, I feel better. I can't even believe it. I feel...
No, you go ahead. You feel what?
Well, less angry at myself. I've been angry at myself. But that feels like it's just falling off me now.
Yeah. Good little
I've been holding it so tightly lately, and now I'm just,
We are so entrained to live in suffering. We are so entrained to live in contraction. We are learning entirely new muscles, and I'm looking at a gym right now. I have been a gym rat for decades. As you heard, I'm a personal trainer. When we rip new muscle, we're ripping. And that's what's happening for all of us right now. We're ripping into a new matrix. So instead of the soft tissue or the fascia that surrounds the muscle that gets ripped when you're breaking new muscle, we're breaking new muscle. And how do we live without suffering? How do we live with unlimited possibilities and the knowing that we can choose and the knowing that we are creating everything and that we can choose and create that which creates more joy and bliss and love and well-being and kindness for ourselves first and foremost, and then that spreads outward. I mean, we have no idea how to live without the negative. And I'm not saying everything's going to be all, roses and pixie dust, but I don't know. Right. The world that the unicorns present seems to be all rainbows and pixie dust. The fairies, and that's where some people say that we're headed with the fifth dimensional living by 2032. I don't know. What I do know is more is possible this 2017 January than was possible in 2015. There is an energetics we're living in right now that is absolutely focused on a lightness and an expansion and a well-being. And if you look at the media or you look at our society, it doesn't seem that way. But if you reattune what you look for, you'll see it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how to live this way, to be kind to ourselves, to be sweet to ourselves, to love ourselves, to nurture ourselves. We know how to beat ourselves up.
Yes.
And be in battle with ourselves or someone else or in conflict. What if now the time is, Judy, and everyone listening, that we're rising above the yin-yang, the duality. We're rising above duality. We're rising into whole brain consciousness where it's not about good or bad, but it's just from a whole perspective of we can observe, oh, look, they just lied. They just betrayed me. That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Or does it? Wait a minute. Is this possibly karmic? Is this allowing me to get freer? Okay. One of the things that I absolutely learned with pain and laughter and tears, the whole range, when I lived amongst the Chinese, was something that they say in Access Consciousness too. Nothing is as it appears to be. Everything is as it appears to be.
I love that.
Yeah. If you can just get yourself to that bigger perspective and include a droplet of love for that spark of the divine that's in you. We are created from love. We are building a world based on love, even if it doesn't look like it. Love always wins. What calms a child down, hitting them or loving on them?
Always love.
And this love and compassion is calming your hurt, angry at yourself, child down.
Yeah. I didn't even realize how angry I was until this call. I just kept focusing on my hair because it has been upsetting me. But I didn't even focus on how mad I was. And I extend love to others so easily, but not to myself.
Well, I remember saying, it's so common, Judy. I mean, again, that's part of our core teachings of the list that I just listed. I remember saying to one of my younger brothers a decade and a half ago, almost word for word what you just said. You're so compassionate to everybody else. How about you extend just an inch of that compassion to yourself?
Right.
Why do strangers in line that you let in front of you deserve that and you don't? What the hell are you doing? And who the hell trained you to do that? So if you think, there's people on this call who ask for help with relationships, if you think that you can attract a relationship that is going to be the kind that's loving and nurturing and you're not that with yourself, you can't. It's going to be a reflection or a mirror of how you're treating yourself. So it's interesting, what just came up, Judy, is that if you look at the betrayal and the hurt that the lie and the betrayal is what you said, and then you look at your reaction to yourself, it was more of that energy. You betrayed yourself by getting angry with yourself, and you lied to yourself by convincing yourself not to listen to your intuition. So how much of this are we projecting and creating anyway? I mean, that question right there gets me like,
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my God,
really
that's so huge.
All of it? Are we creating like 100%? I've never been able to believe we're creating 100% of it. I can believe 90, 95%, but I still believe that there's random stuff in this, and maybe the remaining percentage is the karma. I don't know. But really, I mean, you just got angry at yourself, which was mean, and hurting yourself, which is mean. So is there a part of your being that recognizes betrayal and lying and hurt, and you needed to act it out using other people on the surface so that you could get to this point with forgiveness within you and release of anger that was pent up? Has your chest been bothering you at all? Have you had any upper respiratory infections? Have you been coughing a lot? Have you been grieving a lot?
I've been
hair and skin are connected by it. What?
Yeah, my daughter
hair,
actually
skin, and nails.
You have a cough.
Okay. Hair, skin, and nails and lungs are all part of the same element in traditional Chinese medicine. And it's related to the emotion of grief. So is there anywhere in your life where you're grieving, and it doesn't sound like it's like a loss of someone, it sounds like what I'm hearing is it's the end of I wouldn't say the end of an era, but the end of a certain way, I don't know, it's the end of something.
Yes, because I don't feel like I'm the same person that I was. So I have to release them and be alone, which I'm not. It's another story. But
okay, so what if the you that you're becoming, Judy? I hear you. And what if the you? Thank you for just letting me cut you off. Do you want to finish that thing you were just starting to say?
No. Really, I would rather hear you.
It's good because
I know you get me. Like, I know you understand.
Thank you. Yeah, and it was more story, it felt like. And so,
yes.
I can relate. Yeah, that's why I cut you off, but I wanted to speak to it because it still kind of feels abrupt. And I get tired of hearing my own voice, but I know this is a call where I'm supposed to be talking a lot, so.
That's why I love you.
I get tired of hearing my own voice. That's not actually true, because I like having a voice that gets used.
Yes.
Thank you for that opportunity too, Judy. So I know what you're talking about, and it's an ego mind strategy, and it's something that I've been really working on with the people that I'm working with on an intimate weekly basis. And it's this concept of and I've visited it before, but it's coming up again in a different intensity of needing things to be familiar in order to feel comfortable. It's a structure within the ego mind. It's part of the ego mind's actual function. If we're seeing something new out on the surface of life, the ego mind job is to take the data from the 5 physical senses. I used to teach this when I taught AP psychology, the chapter on perception, the chapter on sensation. There are 2 separate chapters. So the physical 5 senses bring in a sense, and then that's one chapter, and then how that happens. And then the mind goes to work. This is the 2nd chapter in perception, Psych 101 textbooks. the mind goes to work finding its data files on when I have sensed something like this before, it is familiar to. So let's say I use this example a lot, we're in Asia and we're looking at a fruit stand. We don't recognize or know this piece of fruit in front of us. What our mind does from our visual sense is it says, oh, fruit, label. Okay, mind, go into the data bank. I don't have anything to label this other than fruit, but wait, what I know is it looks like a pear. So it goes to something it knows, and that is how we came up with the name Asian pear. So the natural tendency of the ego mind is to enjoy and be predisposed to living in the familiar. When we go to change, it is a call from our soul. It is a call from our wild part of ourselves. We're riding a horse bareback. The soul is wild, disorderly, can handle chaos, invites chaos because it understands the opportunity laden within chaos. The Chinese character for chaos is made up of two different parts. One of the parts means opportunity is within chaos. The Chinese know this, and it's in their word for chaos. The soul likes it wild. The soul likes it disorderly because it can create more from that. The mind likes it structured and familiar. That's why we stay the same and we change and we slow down our rate of change in order to pacify the ego mind's love of familiarity. So what if all the growth you're going through and who you are now with less hair is somebody who you don't recognize? And that's uncomfortable for the one part of you, the smaller part of you. And so it's craving familiar parts of you because it doesn't like it. It's too much change. You're sensitive, you're open, you're awakened, Judy. I know that about you. And I'm that way. Anybody on this call, I would assume, is this way. And if you're attracted to this call, you are this way. And so this is a massive changing time on our planet. This is considered humanity's greatest evolutionary leap, bigger than when we went from dinosaur to upright, dexterous thumbs. This is the biggest evolutionary leap. It's a different time we're in. I remember feeling this in 2008. A book, a chapter, a volume, a series had closed. It was in a different time. And I haven't been able to access that old me either. And there was a time where I spent going, where is she? I don't want to say it was painful, but I felt like I don't want to say I felt like I was losing a part of myself, but I felt like I was in kind of like the space of not knowing. I couldn't identify who I was becoming.
Yes.
I didn't have a grasp on or a label for it. My mind didn't have a label for it. But I knew certainly I was feeling quite different, and I couldn't project it onto numerical age or chronological age. And that's the nature of the times we're living in. We're entering an unknown territory now. We're opening up more to our soul and our connection to source and creating from that in a way where the ego mind structure is just having to kind of drop on the peripheral, where they're on the left side of our peripheral vision, and the ego mind structures that contain the right side of our peripheral, and we're needing to enlarge it to allow for more experience of life. And it doesn't seem familiar. And so do what you can to keep yourself grounded. Eat more root vegetables, get your feet outside in the earth, get your back up against a tree, talk to people who make you feel good, write in your journal, bathe, treat yourself with love. Spoil yourself at least once a week with some indulgent dinner or decadence, dessert, however you can do that, but just stay connected to the comfort and the love in different ways.
I love this.
Wow, I just went off. And don't worry about your hair loss.
Okay.
Go to if you have an Aveda salon up there, do you AVEDA, like a school where they're teaching new hairstylists?
I don't even know.
If you check it out, I just was turned on to a couple of different things to thicken hair. I'm not losing hair, but my hair is baby fine. It's really thin. And I was just told rockingly new things about how to thicken your hair, or even when the hair is thinning. They have products. There's also food you could look up to eat to help your hair thicken. But as long as we uplift your heart, you might want to go to the heart chakra recording and get that for yourself, Judy. Get your heart chakra aligned, opened, balanced, really beautifully juiced, and then see if that keeps your lungs clear, the cough leaves, the skin gets better, and the hair gets thicker.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's all the same. It's the metal element in traditional Chinese. There, you could go to an acupuncturist. You can say, "Help me with my metal element, please." You know.
Okay.
You could be doing physical things, is what I'm saying.
I am. I have a great shampoo when I'm taking pumpkin seed oil and
yummy.
doing a couple of different things. Some oil, like, you know, I put it on my head, you know, before I go to sleep.
Yep.
So I'm actively taking steps, you know, that I'm able to. I was just, you know, I just had a feeling that there was something at the core that's making me.
You got it. The grief, the heart chakra.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
my
you,
dear.
as
So,
always.
yeah, it's my honor, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Much love.
You too. Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. I have a lot of hands raised, and let me see. We've gone 6 minutes over. I really need to eat dinner, but Washington, Virginia, you calling to me. What do you want? 703 area code. Washington, Virginia. On a cell phone, somebody from VA. Is it the Virgin Islands, maybe?
Oh, is it a
703 area code?
Oh, that's me.
That would be you.
So, okay. Sorry, I am in Virginia, not Washington. Okay, that's confusing. Yeah, I was just calling. I think more about the financial abundance, and I saw you did some clearing on that, which is great. And I'm feeling like I want financial abundance, and I'm not sure if I'm going about it the right way because I have been having a lot of anxiety, and I feel like maybe there's some other clearing that needs to happen.
I'm doing it right now. Your system is asking for a clearing from me right now. And they happen this way, too. Like something's already leapt out of my field towards you, energy-wise, not like a... Do you ever have issues with your lower back?
Only once in a while.
Good. Okay. Tell me your name. I didn't catch your name.
Mary.
What about your legs, Mary? Your left leg?
Yeah, I've been having a problem on my left leg for a while, like a tightness and a pulling around the knee and the ankle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the root chakra. It's a little bit bigger than I'm prepared to handle on this call right now. You can go back and listen to that abundance one. You could also go to my website and get the root chakra clearing. I'm doing a clearing on you right now. It's just, your leg is already getting work on. That's why I was able to offer up what's going on here in the back and the leg. So it's getting cleared right now. I don't want you to think there's nothing happening right now. But if you go to my website and you go to the Chakra Attunement audio series, you can get just the root chakra one. There's also a money product one. If you go to the themed products, there's a Activate Your Prosperity and Freedom Vibration. And it's 3 MP3s, 2-hour-long clearings all around lack and poverty. You have a vow for poverty in some lifetime. Have you had a bend towards the religious or volunteering a lot in this lifetime?
No, not towards the religious or not necessarily that much volunteering.
Do you tend to deny yourself things? Say no for yourself a lot when you go to buy something or have something for yourself? Do you like let somebody else have it, or you just say no for yourself? It's something bright and shiny.
Maybe just lately because of having this lack of money. Just lately, I've been very cautious.
There's an element of self-denial is what I'm getting at in your field. So let me just clear that. Creator, it is commanded you clear any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma around self-denial and any vows of poverty. Clear any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma imprints and cut all cords of conditioning around vows of poverty and self-denial. Sure. Mary, you need to have more fun. You need to choose whatever is going to allow you to have more fun in your life. You're denying yourself fun, so you're denying yourself funds. I invite you also, everybody at this point, I invite you to come on the Tuesday night call. The special is on the link there on the left of the webcast. If you're on the phone, when you get the replay, you can see. If you go to my website, I don't remember if the special price that I'm offering you guys now is, I don't think it's offered on the website. So I want you to give yourselves 3 months of the Tuesday night call from 9 to 10. If you can't make it live, you're still going to get cleared because you're in the matrix of the field of who's on the call. I get led to your consciousness anyway. You can listen to the replay. Many people use it to go to sleep to the call itself. They go on live and then they listen to the replays the rest of the week, the replay the rest of the week. To go to sleep to. People have replaced their sleep medication with this, calls and it's replays, 4 calls in each month. If you give yourself 3 months on this, I think the price is $97 per month, so it's less than $25 per week to something that you can completely transform your life with and really get you on a different path, so you're replacing any of this negative self-talk consistently. That's why it's recorded. That's why I mandated that they have access to the replay when I first started this, because you need the constant reinforcement to take yourself off of one momentum and onto another momentum. That's also why I started the 3-month program with it, because you could dabble in for 1 month and feel better and lighter, but really to make the substantial changes, like Mary, to get you off the course of denying yourself fun and funds and helping you allow yourself to have more. It's going to be a reconditioning, and that's what these clearings, when you listen to them over and over again, allow you to do. So just keep your eyes out for the link in the replay newsletter. I believe I'm sending it out on Saturday in combination with the meaning about the new moon and how to work with the energies of the new moon and the Chinese New Year newsletter that goes out every year at this time. So the replay link will be in there on Saturday. But when we hang up, I'm going to stop the recording and you can access the replay right here at the link that was also giving you the call-in information, and then you can sign up right there on the left to where you see press play. So with that, I'm going to be kind to myself and go eat myself some dinner. Much love to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome. It's just the start, Mary. But
okay.
Go back and listen to Last Patch, and you'll be on your way.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
The moderator has left the conference.